What's up, YouTube? This is Copy7789. I just want to talk to you guys real quick about the latest YCS. If you guys don't know, the 100th YCS was just completed over the weekend in Long Beach, California. There were actually 4,364 people, I believe, is the exact number. I don't know. It was over 4,300 people. So it's actually the largest event in the TCG history. So that's pretty awesome. The top four decks were there was a Piper Chaos, Dino Rabbit, Dark World, and Heroes. Now I'm honestly not surprised at the only deck that surprised me that made it that far was Piper Chaos. Um, I honestly don't think that deck is that good, especially with Dino Rabbit everywhere. I just don't see Piper Chaos being that good. But the other decks, I'm really not surprised that they top forward. Dark World and Heroes were both basically dark horse choices that I could have seen coming out and winning it, and Dark World did end up winning it, if you guys don't know. Mainly because at a big YCS like that, everyone's going to be playing the so-called best deck of the format, which I do believe Dino Rabbit is. Um, it just has a great matchup against the other two decks of the big three, which are Wind Up and Insectors. Um, but Dark World and Heroes both have a very, very good matchup against Dino Rabbit and against the other decks in the format as well. Um, Heroes, their Miracle Fusion plays are always big. Super Poly is huge against all the other decks, and they have the room in the main skill drain. So yeah, there's that. And the Dark World, they start out as a turbo game one, so they basically just get to their Grapha as quickly as possible and just beat you down. And then game two, they side against you. So you're siding in your Macrocosmoses, your Shadow Imprisoning Mirrors. They side in their MSTs and their Dust Tornado or their Heavy Storm, and they just don't worry about your back rows, and they just do it again, basically. They don't do it as quickly, but they still get the Graph on the field. And they both Heroes and Dark World have a very, very good Dino Rabbit matchup. Dark World, it's so easy for them to put a Graph on the board, and it's so difficult for Dino Rabbit to get over a big monster that there's nothing they can do. And it's the same thing with Heroes. If they Miracle Fuse, you're shit out of luck. If they Mask Change, you're shit out of luck. I mean, there's just no way for Dino Rabbit to beat. And I don't want to say no way for Dino Rabbit to beat Heroes and Dark World, but it's a very, very tough matchup. It's basically the Dino Rabbit player has to hope to draw into their Macrocosmoses and hope, against Dark World at least, and hope that the opponent doesn't have anything to stop the Macrocosmos or get rid of the Macrocosmos. I'm sorry. Hoping that they got to hope that the Dark World player doesn't draw their MSTs or doesn't draw their Dust Tornado that they might have ended up siding in. And honestly, Dino Rabbit just doesn't have a good hero matchup at all. I mean, you can side in bottomlesses and all that. And actually, I'm considering. I play Dino Rabbit. I'm probably going to keep playing Dino Rabbit. I still believe it's the best deck in the format. I think it's to the point now where Dark World is going to be very, very hyped, and Heroes are going to be played as well. I think it's to the point where you almost have to start playing Bottomless Trap Hole a little bit more. I may consider throwing in a Bottomless or two. So yeah. But overall, the YCS seemed pretty good. Obviously, if you made it to the top four, you have to be a pretty good player. You have to have played pretty well throughout the tournament. So yeah, I just want to say congratulations to everyone who top forward, I'm sorry, everyone who top 60 forward, I should say, because that's pretty difficult in a 4,300 person tournament. I mean, that's obviously an enormous tournament. So yeah, those really are my thoughts on the 100th YCS in Long Beach. I will have a regional report for you guys. Like I said, I am probably going to be playing Dino Rabbit at the regional. I'm going to the regional in Philadelphia on Sunday. I'll probably have a regional report for you next week, and then I'll have the deck list of what I ran. It's basically between Dino Rabbit and Insectors right now. Those are the two main decks that I play. I've been playing Dino Rabbit for about a little over a month now, I believe. Maybe longer, who knows. Um, I played it at the last regional I went to. I did relatively well. Didn't get my invite, but, that's in the past. So yeah, guys, those are my thoughts on Long Beach. Just stay tuned for any updates I have coming soon. So yeah, peace out, YouTube.